I want to talk about 3 things in this hopefully short video: hunger and thirst, movement, and what Balrum is, and how I think it's even a little MMO-ish in ways. But first, hunger and thirst. If I open my character screen up, hunger and thirst really isn't even all there is. There's rested, which I feel is similar in functionality to hunger and thirst. The need for sleep. But hunger and thirst is something that a lot of people immediately complain about, and did complain about a lot. Had some grievances when the game first released. And what the devs did to combat that is they tried to find a compromise. They didn't remove hunger and thirst or give you the ability to remove it. Instead, they added a way to lower it during character creation. So you're able to now do easy, medium, or hard mode. And I think regardless of whether you do easy, medium, or hard mode, you can also still lower. So I play on easy, and I chose to also additionally tick to lower thirst and hunger, because I like thirst and hunger as sort of a secondary reason to eat and drink things on top of getting the buffs for eating and drinking things. And the devs wanted that little kind of shallow, it is a little bit shallow, of a gauge that a lot of players just put in, devs probably put in because it's easy, to implement. It's just one simple on the surface kind of bar. Now it gets much harder and much more deadly and can be much more annoying if you don't lower it, and especially if you're on hard mode, because I think it scales. I think you're hungrier and thirstier more often on a harder mode, or you burn through it faster. If you looked at my 5 tips for getting started in Balrum, you'll see how you can immediately take care of. You can find the trees everywhere. Watch that. But basically, you can immediately start hunting deer, level 1 deer, and get meat. You can immediately start picking apple trees and pear trees. If you follow my 5 tips for getting started in Balrum, you can find that on my YouTube channel. The next one though is the movement. The movement. My friend, I felt bad because I felt like maybe I misled him. And if he doesn't like the game, that's fine. That's I respect that. I think I'm recreating what he talked about, being stuck by his pet, and how it seemed like a deal breaker for him. And now I think I've recreated what he's talking about. I'm over here and I'm using WASD to move, and I can't get out of the way. But you're never stuck because you can left click, and it forces your pet. Look, I'll keep doing it. I'm left clicking. Now I'm using WASD, and he won't move. Maybe the devs could look into that and figure out how left clicking to move forces your pet to move, and replicate that for WASD movement. And right clicking will tell you can't go anywhere, but if you left click and hold down, it always forces your pet out. The last issue I want to talk about is how it feels like an MMO. Well, what Balrum is, first of all, is it's a cRPG. It's not. There's so many games with this kind of open world living. There's Stardew Valley, 7 Days to Die, Minecraft before it. All these games, right, that just let you live and do activities and farm and craft and survive. And I could say, well, now there's an isometric version that takes the idea of that adds a cRPG plus that kind of gameplay. But it also is not that. It's not an isometric cRPG plus open world living. Balrum, to me, is a cRPG. End of story. It is a Pillars of Eternity. It is a Baldur's Gate. It is a full, very deep, robust cRPG with all the mechanics and storyline and main questing that's in a cRPG. And then it feels like they did a really great job and in a great way added in these open world mechanics on top of what's already basically just a cRPG, but a good one. And the systems feel very MMO-ish because I think that a cRPG is already geared towards that. Look at Ultima Online. That was pretty much like a cRPG, an isometric cRPG, and it was an MMO. And I think its systems are deep and robust and discovery based, and let you do a discovery-based crafting system, so you can just add in whatever you want to cooking. You can experiment based on the ingredients having stats. So if I want a meal with very specific stats, I can go out and seek those stats in pieces. Like a pear might have what I want, and then a beehive might have what I want, and then a little salt might have what I want. And I can go add those together and get ultimately what I want. And the same goes for making a weapon or a piece of armor. And that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope I kept this short enough, and I hope I was succinct and to the point. You can always follow me on Patreon, patreon.com/Stratix, STRATX. You can also hit me up on Twitter, on Stratix Gaming, so if you want to talk to me on there. If you felt I left anything out, or if you disagree, or have anything to say, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you everyone in the next video.